So this is a coral shipment that we've got in today. It's a 2-box shipment. Most of the boxes, depending on how many pieces or the size of the piece, are double story. Every coral is what we call wet packed, which means no newspaper, no dry packing. Every coral, whether it's soft, hard, is individually wrapped with an appropriate size bag with the appropriate amount of water, and what that ensures is the corals will arrive in the best condition that they can. We've got an acropora going in at the moment. We always try to get the acros out first, as they are the most sensitive in general out of most of your other corals. In general, we prefer our corals to be wet packed. They seem to ship better, they seem to stress less, and as a result we're getting a better product and we can offload a much better product to the customer. These boxes contain a wide variety of corals, anything from Trachyphilias, Symphilias, right through to A grade, export grade acroporas. We always want as much variety as we can from our coral shipments. As much variety in size, shape, colour and species. At the moment we're just unpacking our corals. So what we do is we take them out of the box. As you can see that they're always going to be wet packed. We empty the water out, disregard the bag and put the corals in the tank as fast as possible. Like I said before, we always try to do what's known as SBS, small polyp stony corals first, as if anything's going to stress, and bleach out in the bag, or during shipping, it's usually those guys. So we have 2 tanks here at Majestic Aquariums. We have one tank for our higher premium grade corals, anything from sort of A grade right through to master grade when they're available. And then we have an 8-foot tank where we keep a lot of your mid-range, slightly cheaper corals, but we don't compromise on quality or variety. So if you're a customer down at Majestic Aquariums, you can come down and at any one time grab yourself a bargain coral, intermediate coral, and of course we also specialise in your high-end A grades, ultras and masters, and those gradings cover every type of coral that we have, anything from scollies to lobos to of course acro. But as you can see, the corals come in foam boxes that are insulated, double layered, newspaper over the top. Depending on the weather, they're either ice packed, heat packed, or sometimes they don't need any of those. This is a goniopora we're doing at the moment. So we've already put in today acropora, gonioporas, trachyphilias, Catalophilia. A lot of these corals haven't opened yet as they've only just gone in. Over the next few hours to days, they will start to open a lot bigger. Now you can already see the wide variety that we keep. even before we get a new shipment in. So there's always a multitude of coral here with a wide variety in quality and price to suit every hobbyist. We'll take a look at the next coral coming out, how it's packaged. So again, quite a large coral, completely wet packed for the best transportation possible. The appropriate size bag. And if we have a closer look, it's a star polyp mat. Great coral for the beginner or the advanced Aquarius. Easy to keep, spreads nicely over your rock in the right conditions. We'll go to the next box now. There's a layer of newspaper on top to keep it insulated. And again, this is a double layer box to maximise the amount of pieces and variety that we get in our shipments. That's a Sinularia. So to ensure that these corals travel the best, what the packers do is that they put a piece of foam with an elastic band attached to the coral, and that will keep this particular soft coral completely submersed throughout the whole shipment. They do this because if this coral is out of water at any one time, it can become damaged through oxygen burn, which will cause the coral to start rotting with various bacterial infections, which a lot of the time is hard to stop. So this is a very good example on how to pack all the corals. And again, that's right through from your easy to keep Sinularias, Saprophytons, right through to your harder to keep SPS, Montiporas, or your more delicate corals. So that's another Goniopora going in at the moment. We like to keep a lot of our corals grouped with the same variety in our system. Again, that maximizes how many corals we can fit in our tanks at any one time.